want to talk about something that is really important, but a lot of people get wrong. And that is, well, you hear people say, well, Bitcoin is $7,000. It used to be $20,000 years ago. So something is wrong. It's not the future. Things like that. So what's important to understand is that there is a 4-year cycle in the price of Bitcoin. And this 4-year cycle is triggered by the halving event. And we had that the 11th of May this year, 2020. What the halving is, that this reward that miners get for securing the blockchain, securing Bitcoin, they get that every 10 minutes. But every 4 years, that has been cut in half. It started out being 50 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, then it became 25, 12 and a half, and May this year, it became 6.25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. So it's a reduction of the inflation rate, a significant reduction of this the inflation rate. All of a sudden, half of the fresh supply is gone in the market. And this triggers a bull run. And these bull runs have taken, last time it took 1.5 years. The bull run before that was 1 year. Before that, they were shorter. And that's something to do with at which speed the inflation rate in percentage is dropping. But what's important to understand really is that the price moves up in a bull run when this halving happens. It hasn't failed to happen yet. So in December 2017 was the previous bull run top. Bitcoin touched the vicinity of $20,000. 1 year later, in December 2018, the bear market finally reached a bottom of what we call capitulation of $3,100. So going up from the summer 2016, that 1.5 years, to 2017, Bitcoin was gaining momentum. The price was going higher and higher. What happens is when the price goes above the previous all-time high, you get more media coverage. Bitcoin is shown more on TV. You see nice graphs of the price going up, and that draws in more people. Some educate themselves in what is Bitcoin, and others just want to own an asset that goes up in price. And I mean, you can't blame them, although I do recommend the education part. So towards the end of that 2017 bull run, the curve got really, really steep. And in only a matter of months, Bitcoin went from like $5,000 to $20,000. That is then followed by a bear market. Simply, the market has run out of buyers. Sellers, they gain the upper hand. And when you have more sellers than buyers, the price goes down. And this is completely normal. What happens in Bitcoin is you have this cycle triggered by the halving. Price goes up, price crashes, and it's totally business as usual. And this drop over this 12-month period was an 85% drop in the price of Bitcoin, which is totally on par with what has happened previously. In fact, it's never had a crash less than 85%, if I'm not mistaken. On the contrary, the drops have also been 90% and 95%. They tend to get a little bit smaller. So what's important to understand is not to look at Bitcoin and evaluate the price. Look at Bitcoin as an investment on less than a 4-year period, because you cannot take one part of the cycle and compare it to another part of the cycle. You need to look at the 4-year halving price cycle, which is what I find extremely interesting. So when you look at the very, very bottom, when the price has capitulated and it was all the way down at $3,100, if you zoom out, you take on those glasses that are called 4 years and look at, well, what was the price 4 years earlier, and how did Bitcoin actually fare, even at this time when we had absolute rock bottom? Now, the price 4 years earlier for Bitcoin was $350. So on a 4-year period, when you're looking at absolute rock bottom, Bitcoin is still up 883%, which must be said to be pretty rock solid. So it's really about zooming out and getting that 4-year perspective. And for that reason, I like the strategy of buy and hold. You can even continuously buy on a weekly, monthly basis, whatever you want to allocate of your salary. It's called dollar cost averaging. This way, you avoid buying expensive at one time and then the price goes down. If you buy every week, you average your price of purchase. But in the buying and holding, it just makes a lot of sense in Bitcoin. So that's what I mainly do, but I also combine it with trading this 4-year cycle because I feel that it's predictable. The pattern is quite clear. I think there's a understandable reason that the cycles are getting a little bit longer, and I believe that we still have one more cycle of a bull market, which we are at the beginning of now. Bitcoin is around $11,500. I believe that $100,000 absolutely is possible, and I think that 200,000 is also probably more realistic than ending below 200,000. That would not be out of this world if we're looking at history of the Bitcoin halving price cycle. So buy and hold, potentially combining it with the 4-year trading cycle. That's what I do on my account on eToro. I focus completely on the 4-year cycle, and then yeah, that's really it. So the point is, remember, when evaluating the price of Bitcoin, zoom out, take that 4-year perspective. What is left to say? Have a great Friday evening. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.